Coach, can you expand on the use of two quarterbacks in your offense and how effective it's been these last 2 weeks?
Well, both of them have done some good things. Both of them have done some bad things. Dre is my starter. Dre passed for 1,100 yards last year, and he was splitting some time with Jeremiah McGinty because McGinty got hurt in the first couple of games. He couldn't finish the games, whether it was heat related or whatever the case may have been. Recruiting J.P. Douglas out of high school, I love the skills that he brought. His high school passing attack was that of an NFL passing attack. So a lot of the plays that we were running here at Southern were things that J.P. Douglas was doing in high school. I know J.P. Douglas. When I recruited a guy, I'm gonna tell them exactly where they stand. And if they can't adjust, then I won't rush him along. But this guy, I told him in high school he could come here and he can compete for a position, for playing time with the first team. And he has done nothing to prove me wrong and not be given an opportunity to play. Now, I thought the Jackson State game might have been a little bit big for him. I wasn't going to take that chance because we were right there and we had a chance to win that game. Dre was doing pretty good. But in the other games, I felt as if they were not as, I just didn't feel it in terms of the atmosphere and everything where it would balloon on him. But maybe because of the sellout crowd here, I felt that way against Jackson State. But in Atlanta, his demeanor, his walk and everything demanded that he have an opportunity to go on that field. His body presence, it was totally different. In this game against Valley, he was ready to play.
Are you shocked at his confidence level? I mean, as a true freshman coming in, but he just walked in that Valley game and just knew he just took charge.
No, I'm not. I mean, he brought 21 credit hours here out of high school, and he wants to be a doctor. So this young man could have gone to Davidson, Harvard. There was a lot of places he could have gone. Now, he still was going to have to pay some money to go to Harvard. So, of course, why go someplace that you have to pay if you're going to get the opportunity to play football and it's not going to cost you anything? Because NFL scouts, they're gonna see you wherever you go. Southern has is a great place to matriculate from. So you get an opportunity to play. You're going to play for somebody who care about you as an individual and is telling you exactly how he see your skills. Man, I had that in Bobby Ross. Why else would you want to go anyplace else to play? Southern is the place for you. If you really want an opportunity and somebody's going to be honest with you and the fans and the university going to care about you and show you how much they love for you, there's no better school to play at, because there's no guarantee wherever you play football or sports that you're going to get an opportunity to play in the pros. That has to be, God has already destined you to play in the pros. Now you have to work and do everything to make it happen. And what better place to come than here?
Tell us a little about Lee Alonzo coming in, moving to center, and how, knock on wood, it seems like it's been a pretty good move for him.
Well, I could have been selfish. I could have been selfish and say, Lee, we're not going to do that. I need you at tackle. We need to anchor. We need to anchor you. We need for you to anchor our O-line at tackle. But Lee is not big enough to play tackle in the National Football League. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But he is big enough, in my opinion, to play center in the National Football League. Montgomery, the Redskins starting center right now, was a free agent with us when I was with the Redskins. A free agent from the University of Maryland. And 3 years later, now the guy is starting with the Washington Redskins, and I think they're 3-1. I think they're 3-1. I know they're top of the division. Coach Price wouldn't like that because he's a Dallas guy, but they're in the top of the division right now. And we're talking about a guy who simply came in, busted his butt, and worked hard, and now he's a starter. Jordan Miller. Before long, I think Jordan Miller will probably be on someone's active roster because he's a defensive lineman. Unfortunately, some guys are going to get hurt. I think watching the game last night, the Patriots' right tackle was on the practice squad, it said, and now he was, the coach, and now he was starting in the fourth game or whatever that was of the season. I don't know what game, but all we want these guys is to come here, bust their butt, and show people that you can play. So we moved Lee because I think he can play. I think he can play center in the league.
What can you say about Prairie View? They used to be the joke of college football, and the way they built their program up now to be a contender to win this league every year now.
Well, I think you have to know why they were a joke. People call them a joke because they were not given scholarships. So now you have a bunch of guys that played rec ball that are now on the football team. And you can get some walk-ons. I mean, you can get some walk-ons to come out and do a great job for you. But the majority of your football players cannot be walk-ons. Lee Doss, fantastic. Charles Hawkins, fantastic. Sylvester Nzikwe, fantastic. Brian McCain, fantastic. All those guys are walk-ons that are now on scholarship. But if you think you're going to, the problem is offensive and defensive linemen. You're not going to have those guys just sitting around on your campus. Now they're a scholarship program, and that's the reason why. And I don't know the coaches before, but the coaches that they've had the past couple of years, I know, are very, very talented and caring coaches.
I wanted to ask you about Demekus. This guy's made at least 2 breathtaking plays on defense for you so far, that pick against Jackson and then taking the ball away this past week. What kind of playmaker has he been for you on the defensive side?
I think he's done a fantastic job this year. I think he's rebounded somewhat from last year. He lost his starting job to Petaway, and I think he could have sulked, but he didn't. He's accepting Coach Henderson's teaching, and he's making the most of it. And we're benefiting as a defense for him being a nickel or a dime player as opposed to a starter.
Any more questions for Coach Mitchell? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Hey.